This is the series where the cars are equal and matched, and the winners are determined on driver skill alone. Now, there are 4 tracks in this year's IROC series, each of them a high-bank super speedway and quite a challenge. Now, points are distributed based on finishing position with the most points for the winner of the race. But perhaps more important is there are bonus points available for leading laps in each round, and that will make a world of difference. At the end of the 4 races, we crown the champion. He takes home $225,000 of the $760,000 purse. So here is the starting grid in the first row, chosen by a draw. On the pole in the orange car is NASCAR driver Ricky Rudd alongside Dale Earnhardt in the teal car. In row 2, the green machine is Unser Jr., the IndyCar champion. And alongside is Steve Millen, who is a rookie representing road racing. In the third row, in the lime green car, Scott Pruett, a road racer. And the powder blue car is Rusty Wallace from NASCAR. In row 4, the dark blue car is Mark Martin from NASCAR, and in the cream car, another NASCAR veteran, Ken Schrader. In row number 5, the red car is Hurley Haywood of road racing. The yellow car, another road racer, Tom Kendall. And then in the 6th and final row, the white car, the only short track representative ever in the IROC, Steve Kinser. And alongside, in the pink car, representing the NASCAR stock cars, is Jeff Gordon. This is the look up from the last position in the field, a position that some feel may in fact have an advantage all the way through the other rows. Keep an eye on that front row. Keep an eye on the outside, Dale Earnhardt. And watch, too, Unser Jr. in the green car in the second row, who's always destined to make an early move. You're on board with Little Al. The green is out. IROC 19 is underway as Little Al moves inside of Earnhardt. Comes up and gives Rudd a little bit of a bump. Moving up toward top speed now, though they really don't hit it until they come off the last turn. Unser Jr. tucked in behind Ricky Rudd. Scott Pruett has moved in behind Unser Jr. as they come to the backside.
Dale Earnhardt is known for his great starts. This time he got a very poor start. He's all the way back to 5th spot as the cars touch down the back straightaway.
It was an amazingly slow start for an IROC race, and it shuffled the field quite considerably.
Mark Martin closing in there in 4th place. Scott Pruett representing road racing as the Trans Am champion, though this year in the IndyCar. Looking solid in 3rd. Then Unser Jr. from IndyCars. Ricky Rudd is out in front as Little Al darts out to the inside.
Great Scott Pruett with him.
Pruett in that lime green car, second on the screen there, won this race unexpectedly in 1991. Pruett's hot here.
Pruett, but Dale Earnhardt has been down on the inside trying to contest that. Scott Pruett closing in behind Little Al. These 2 IndyCar drivers, we get a bump, seem to be working together and recognize that if they're going to take on a 6-car NASCAR contingent, they're going to have to work together.
Earnhardt tried to go on the inside going in turn 3. It did not work for him. He lost the draft, and he's fallen back to mid-pack.
Benny, talking to the drivers, they say these cars are more sensitive to drive than they were last year. There are only 3 men in the race that are rookies. That's Millen, Schrader, and Gordon. The rest of them have that experience from last year, but say they're just a little harder to drive. They're faster, too.
And trust me, this is exciting. I've always watched it from the infield and really can't see all this action going on.
Benny, it's even tighter than when you ran it, isn't it?
Oh, it is much tighter.
Because the whole pack stays together, the whole field. This is just fabulous racing. Look at that.
And see the yellow car back about 7th spot? That's Tommy Kendall. He hit the wall coming off turn 4 last lap, and he didn't even check out, just kept going.
We can take a look at that. Watch Kendall, the yellow car.
Comes off the corner, goes up, smacks the wall, just keeps going.
Trapped up against the wall, running alongside Pruett. A few seconds ago, he was up there. I don't think Pruett had any idea he was there, and he brushed the wall. But once again, we've seen these Avengers touch the wall, not even slow the car down. Let's go back and take a look at that brush with the wall.
Pruett and Schrader, and look how close these guys are, and Rusty Wallace backed up in that pale blue car.
Well, Unser Jr. has already clinched 5 bonus points for leading the most laps in this race. Question now is, when do you make your move? We put that question to the IROC drivers.
When do you make your move? You make your move right away. You just go ahead and strike in position and get the thing in position. Then right there at the very end of the race, you just got to drive defensively.
Anytime you get an opportunity to go to the front, you do it.
A lot of it just comes right down to plain outright luck that you end up at the front of the pack at the right time. You've been to the front, you've been to the back. You just certainly hope that the checker flag falls when you're on that good cycle, when you're at the front of the pack.
I've seen some funky stuff happen in the last couple laps of that race, so I kind of got to get things figured out here.
I really don't believe you're going to want to be out front on the very last lap. I think you're going to get shuffled back. So either you got to do some heavy-duty blocking, or you got to be running second or third to make your move.
The cars draft so well and they're so close. Got to have some help, or if you do have help and the time's there, you know, the opportunity opens up, you just take it.
I equate it to musical chairs. When the music stops, you hope you got a chair that's at the front because it shuffles so much every lap.
A lot said there, not much of it the truth. Maybe Kendall said it best.
Run. He's lulling Unser into thinking that he's got something, and he's trying to get a run on him down the back.
Whoa! Close right here. He gets some drafting help, and he just blows by Unser Jr. So, Benny, you were exactly right. He was just trying to get a run on him.
He picked up a push from Wallace, from Mark Martin, and it made it work. That's knowledge. That's really subtle thinking by Dale Earnhardt.
See, he's always figuring, how can I win this thing? Not how can I finish first or second. How can I win this thing?
So Earnhardt back at the top, the look from Unser Jr. At these cars, which seem to handle either in the draft, out of the draft, they're just handling everywhere.
These cars are all over the racetrack and handling awfully well.
We've seen a lot of good IROC races, but very few with the significance of this, with the IndyCar champion battling the NASCAR champion for the lead.
When Earnhardt moved to the front, that was the 14th lead change in this 100-mile race. Unser Jr. tucked in. As we come to the final lap, did Earnhardt make his move a little too early? Can he hold off Unser Jr.? And what will Mark Martin do? Will he help little Al?
I think that's the key. What will Mark Martin do? He'll help Al Jr. if it helps himself.
2.5 miles to go. Scott Pruett sits in 4th. He could influence this finish as well.
Al Jr. on the inside. Did he make his move too soon?
Keep your eye on Mark Martin in that blue car, because I think what he does next may be the key.
Might have been a little soon. Let's see. Mark Martin closes in on Earnhardt.
Here comes
Scott Pruett has no choice. He sits up behind Martin. Down the back straightaway for the final time. Unser Jr. comes low.
They're halfway around the lap right now.
Oh! Unser Jr. catches the wall. Earnhardt goes into the lead.
Some contact as Earnhardt was trying to go by Unser on the outside. Meanwhile, here they come, Scott Pruett trying to take the lead.
Yellow and checker comes out together as they cross the line with Earnhardt holding off Unser Jr. with his accident, and Scott Pruett in second place. Unser Jr. climbs out unhurt. He had the lead going down the back straightaway and then bumped off the right into the wall.
And he does not look happy.
I knew the train would be coming, so I was going down the back stretch trying to guess which way they were going to go, if they were going to pass me on the inside or the low side, and just try to get the car directly in front of them so that they hit me square. And you know, he faked low and went high, and by the time I got mine up high, he hit my my corner, my right rear corner, and that spun me this direction, and that was it.
That's just one of them things, though, that, I mean, we were drafting right back up to him, Mark and I, and we were going to go one way or another, and he ought to knew that. He knew that, really, and we'd done it lap after lap, and just wasn't no room. We got there, and he kept coming over and pinched me into the wall. Instead of getting pinched into the wall, I come back to the left.
Does that take a little bit of the exuberance out of this victory lane for you?
Yeah, it's not fun when somebody wrecks.